What's the rest of it? 410? Oh.
Yeah.
We made it 410. I figured that would be good enough for like bad blades and one ion miss. I figured we'd be under there.
Yeah, that was really nice.
What was your finish time, by the way?
4:06:40 from the looks of things.
What was that?
Yeah, that was honestly really close the entire time.
We fought so many times, and then like I said, that is exactly how it needed to end, just to keep the meme alive.
Yeah, I don't know what you did, like to really annoy Ion that much, but yeah, it's it must have been bad. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, basically you guys were neck and neck until like, I mean for basically the entire run. I don't think either one of you was like more than a couple minutes behind.
Yeah,
like even
like,
1 minute behind. More than 1 minute behind at any point in the run.
Yeah, that's really impressive for a run that has as much cringe and as much just cringe and yeah. difficulty as this.
I have to say I'm very impressed with how both runners kept their cool and managed to recover like a lot of the fights that went wrong, because I definitely would struggle with that if like things don't go my way. Like I would struggle with that definitely. So I'm very impressed with both runners, how they managed to deal with like all the really annoying stuff that this game has to throw at you.
Yeah, thanks for hanging and commentating with us. I'm glad you came.
It's my pleasure. I'm always happy to commentate.
Yeah, that was a really great run.
We get to watch the really sad cutscene.
Do we have any last shout-outs? Just the entire Xeno community.
Yeah, the whole community.
Yeah, they're all great. There's like actually one of the best speedrun communities out there. All super nice, all super helpful. It's just really great.
Yeah.
If you have any interest in running this game or any of the Xeno games, the Xenoblade Community's Discord has just like a ton of people that are really helpful and really friendly, and Quad and Shem have both put together a ton of really helpful tutorial style videos for this run specifically. It could be a little daunting, but I promise with just like a little bit of time and practice, you can get pretty good and consistent with this run pretty safely.
It's without a doubt one of my favorite runs to do as well. So I'm super glad to have been able to show it off here.
And yeah, and I really like it's been really nice to watch like everybody bring their times lower and lower, and especially Mutsuki, I know has been grinding for his sub 4 for a very long time. So it's really nice to watch Mutsuki finally get the break on Ion for once.
The one run out of what, like 5, 6?
I think it's like 5. Yeah, it's 5. 1 out of 5.
If I include the 4 before and the 2 since, it is one.
Oh god.
It's really nice. Yeah. Yeah, really fun game to run. I've had a really good time running this game and met some cool people along the way. So shout outs to everybody.
Okay, thank you guys so much. We pretty much have the next run ready, so I will stop to intermission, and thank you guys for showing this run off.
Thank you.
Okay, okay, we are pretty much set up already for Mass Effect. I actually have to run, that's why I'm rushing this a little.
All right.
Okay, hello everyone. Like I
Oh.
said, we already had everything set up. We do have Alec here for the Mass Effect run.
Hello, everyone. I'm AlecK47. I've been running this game off and on for quite a long time. I'll have plenty of time to talk about stuff as I go through the run. Remind me, did you end up taking any incentives for this, or am I just doing the run?
We did do save until the council. Right now, it's ahead by $65. If you need me to close that now, I can. If not,
I won't need it closed until about. Honestly, the best point is probably about when I hit the conduit on
Okay.
At the end of Ilos. So
perfect. Okay.
with that,
Well, then otherwise you're good to go.
All right, cool. I'm ready. You're ready. Let's get this going in 3, 2, 1, and go. Sorry, forgot I had to do that a little bit. Anyway, this is Mass Effect. We start from a save there because otherwise there's like a 2 or 3 minute cutscene at the start there. I threw a grenade at the floor just so that I could get into sprint and move faster. In this category, that is the best use for grenades. There are good uses for grenades in other categories that do different things. So this is the No Mako Glitch category. What that means is that there's a physics glitch with the Mako that I will not be using. I'll explain in a little bit more detail in some of these other early game cutscenes. I'm also using a Logitech G502. If you look up literally cheating on Break Your Face Z emotes, you'll see a picture of it. That just allows me to use the free scroll wheel to skip dialogue super fast and also do a couple skips much more consistently than I would with a regular scroll wheel or button presses, but they are absolutely possible even without that. At least most of them are.
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing about this game is that it is not friendly for creating a cutscene skip
17 minutes
mod,
out, Captain.
speedrun
No other
mod
Alliance
like we
ships in
have
the
for
area.
Mass Effect 2, and Sengen is actually working on a better version for Mass Effect 3 as well, so that's going to be cool. But for this one, if you mess with the cutscenes, things just don't quite work right, which is just unfortunate. But
Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
it is what it is. And here we're going into the first planet finally. Gonna get introduced to Nihilus here. He moves faster when he's on his
Somebody
own.
was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
You're...
Nihilus, you're coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
But anyway, I'm gonna pop down here.
Point 2.
And I do have autosaves on for this run. Normally, they don't really cost you much time, but they do cost some time. I'm going to pop that gas bag there. That allows me to sprint without wasting a grenade. And run over here to this scripted cutscene where, unfortunately, Jenkins has a bit of a combat-related incident. The other guy with us, Caden, is going to be with me for most of the run, possibly all of it, depending on exactly what I'd end up doing. I haven't even decided whether I'm going to save him or Ashley yet, because he's not part of my final team normally. I'm going to go ahead and have him use that biotic ability, or tech ability of his there. Also get some bad accuracy luck going up there. That happens. Sometimes you miss the gas bag entirely. I've had that happen. It is every bit as annoying as you think. This first pistol isn't too great, especially if you're not in marksman. Now, with marksman, the accuracy is greatly increased. And instead of going forward the normal way, I'm going to go up to this corner, crouch, quick save, and load. And this is possible on both the console and PC version. But the PC version is good for other things. Now, I'm going to line myself up rather precisely here, and I'll be good. Cool. Shoot a gas bag, that's fine. That's one way to get into combat early here. Then get them shooting at me to stay in combat throughout this out-of-bounds section. So I'm running around the Ashley trigger, which means she's not even going to show up on this planet, but she catches up just fine, so don't worry. Now I'm just kind of running out of bounds, making sure I don't fall back in. You got to run a little bit wide because the slopes here are a thing. You're supposed to not be able to run up them, so it's very easy to fall down them. But I'm heading back towards inbounds here, right around where you find Nihilus. And I did get fatigued there.
That's it. Bag him and tag him.
Minor, unfortunate thing. I'm going to grab the stuff from that box there, and I'm going to shoot a shot to activate these husks. It's important that I activate these husks because otherwise I will not be able to save in this area because the game will be like, hey, there are enemies in the area. And that is not good. I guess I'll heal Caden because I can here. And I don't want him dropping too fast. He does do some damage in this tram section. I'm going to be low on health coming into it, but that's okay. I can deal with that. So, coming up here, I need to be able to be out of combat at the end of the tram, which basically means I need to also kill all these Geth, and I can't kill these Geth if they aren't loaded. So, taking it a little bit safe here. Healing Caden early was a mistake because I would have had more health, but I'll just play it a little safe and be fine. Caden got him before I could punch him. Okay, that's fine. Tram is absolutely a place where it's easy to die.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
Another cutscene here. This one isn't horrendously long, but there are a couple ones in a little bit. Then the run starts getting going a little bit. Shepard is a Vanguard with Singularity added. That is optimal for this. The extra talent you get, the bonus talent, is a little bit up for debate. There are a couple other options you can use, but I like Singularity the best, and I'm going to be using it a few times throughout the run. Including for a skip later on. Get Caden over there to fight that guy. I'm going to head around and disarm all these bombs. Caden not doing as much work here as I'd like. I didn't want to have to use marksman there to reliably kill this guy and these guys, but sometimes you do what you have to do. I'm gonna kill these Geth here, hopefully. That guy, yep, good. Alright, so, right now you can see that those husks that I'm supposed to fight are just kind of sitting in the background doing nothing. That's because I was out of combat long enough to actually select the beacon. And Ashley is not here. So, no lines of dialogue. She doesn't really do anything. You'll see her kind of invisibly holding Caden up at the end of this cutscene. It's funnier if you're a male Shepard, but given the point of this event, I am playing as female Shepard, who also tends to win in the bid wars pretty much every time. I think male Shepard has won literally once in all the times I've done a marathon run of this. So yeah, right here, if you look in the background, Caden's being held up by nothing. It just kind of looks like he's having trouble there instead. But yeah, the reason that this is called NMG or No Mako Glitch, as I mentioned earlier, is because of a glitch that has been known about for a while, but hasn't really been exploited or exploited to its fullest until this year. It started to get exploited a little bit last year, and then there was a category split because of it. Because Lufex, who also found a lot of glitches in the Knights of the Old Republic games, found some more uses for it. That also means there's no flying in this run, because one of the main applications for the Mako glitch is flying to specific parts out of bounds and skipping significant portions of the game. It is also very difficult to do. You only have partial control, really. You move your camera around to kind of influence the way the Mako goes. It flips around. You take damage as you do it, so you can only go for so long before you blow up, though you can repair. It's all sorts of weird. So unreliable that we're like, yeah, we gotta split the category. But it does allow for major splits or major skips on pretty much every planet. Just not Vermeer. I think it's the only one
How are you feeling?
where it isn't.
How did
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. And the blast knocked you cold.
Well, that you have the
Trying to
Mako,
carry you back to the
anyway.
ship.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
Aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Just skipping past all these lines that I can skip back as fast as possible.
We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Gonna head up here, talk to Joker. Just another cutscene. I don't know if our host is around right now. I know they said that they were going to be a little bit busy during my run.
Bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
These online events, that can be a thing. Heck, even one time when I was doing tech for GDQ, the host had to pee. So I hopped on there and literally ended up reading one donation before he got back. Which is kind of funny.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
And pay attention to the order of things. I always point this out. But when Joker and the Tower is talking, the order just doesn't make sense. I'm sure they had the voice lines recorded and just had to switch it around to have the everything there. Roger, Alliance Tower Normandy out, saying that not to the Alliance Tower, and then the Alliance Tower speaks to him. Alright. So now we're landing on the Citadel. I'm gonna wait a second here before I start scrolling because I want to make sure I'm actually in the dialogue. Otherwise, you can interrupt it, and you actually don't want to interrupt a lot of the dialogues. Some of them because they don't save time, others because they can actually bork the game's logic. That one just because it's really short, and it's not worth skipping, I believe. I don't think it actually messes with the game's scripting at all. Now I'm going to travel up to the Citadel Tower, and I'm going to go and talk to Garrus here. The reason I'm going to talk to Garrus is so that I'll appear farther up later on. Otherwise, if I fast travel back here later, I will appear at that same place. So you might think, oh, you're supposed to go talk to the council, right? And yeah, I am supposed to go talk to the council, but that's not the fastest way to do things. All right. Hayden, could you move, please? I need to get farther into that corner. Thank you. Caden? That's a new one. That is the first time I've ever had that happen. Okay, that should be right. And I get to a fairly specific position. I use Shepard's shoulder as a bit of a cue there. Now I am out of bounds, even more than I was before. I'm going to do a little bit of sprinting here. And now I'm going to fall out of bounds for a while. What I'm doing here is I am traversing the Citadel out of bounds, and I'm going to land first on top of the big area that you can see in the background if you go up to the CSEC control area. So that'll load in pretty shortly here. And, oh, I went way far over there. Now I'm going to go to this light and crouch and uncrouch. That's something that you, and then it doesn't make you fall anymore on console, but it does on PC. That is a significant advantage that PC has, actually. And now, as you can see, I'm right by Fist already. So I'm going to do a little bit of running out of bounds here to make sure I don't fall. Come right up here, and then clip back in bounds. Run back here to trigger the fist fight. Shoot him up. End up punching him to defeat, I guess. That's not usually what happens, but you do what you have to do. And now, because I'm coming here at a state that the game does not expect you to be in, there are actually 2 waves of enemies that are supposed to spawn at different times in here, in Thor's Den, that are both spawned at the same time. So I am hopefully going to make it through here just fine. Wow, that's the least damage I've ever took there. By far. Okay. As you can see, I was sufficiently convinced that I was going to need to use that med gel that I used it even though I didn't need to in the end. Alright, I'm not getting good luck on these hits, unfortunately. Get out here. There. So those assassins end up in a fairly annoying position, and you do have to kill them to open this door. That happens sometimes. I've gone through a few different ways of killing them, and they're not entirely consistent no matter what you do. The optimal way is to singularity them and then hit them with a warp while shooting them, but the singularity tends to not work right. A lot of times they get stuck behind the wall, and that is not what I want. The good thing here is that I have my... fine. And you need to go down there. Usually the throw is able to kill both of those Solarians, but that time it didn't, which is unfortunate.
My rite of passage into adulthood. Most of the core was wiped clean, but I salvaged something from its audio banks.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
That's Saren's voice. This proves he was involved in the attack.
Thanks. You won't regret this.
It doesn't really matter who you bring with you here because there's no combat or anything. Except for, you know, what I'm about to start with this grenade. I throw it specifically there because there's a good place to run right after it, and there are a lot of places right there where it tends to kind of pop out of bounds. I'm also pulsing my run when I do it. But right now the game is going to try to load both cutscenes at once, and it will crash the game. But in here, you are able to quick save. Whoops. Load. Not save again. And now I can go and talk to Anderson again to do the Spectre cutscene. However, if all goes well here, I'll go into my thing there, and yes, this is good. All right, so normally you're not able to exit out of the map there, but by clicking on the icon there, that little exclamation mark, after entering the map and talking to Anderson on the same frame, you are able to get into this state, get through that dialogue. Now there's an autosave there, otherwise I would just quick save, load, and now I'm a Spectre. Nice and easy. Perfectly intended gameplay right there. Clearly. So now I'm going to head to the Normandy, but as you may have noticed, we don't like elevators here in the speedrunning community. So I'm going to head over to the embassies instead of down to CSEC. Obviously, throw another grenade at the floor. Hopefully no civilians are getting hit by shrapnel whenever I do this, but you do what you got to do to go fast sometimes. So I'm going to run over to this corner here, and I'm going to crouch again, quick save, and use that. In this case, I actually am going to be zipped up to the top of the map. That doesn't happen everywhere, but it happens some places, including this one. Then I'm going to line myself up with a specific angle there, and I'm going to sprint until I'm fatigued, because that lines up a nice kind of line in between loading zones so that I hit the one that I want to hit down here. Alright, this is going to be annoying, but I can make it... No, I can't. Okay, let's try that again. I thought I had corrected my angle. I hadn't. Yeah, I want to aim a little bit more like there. And to be a little bit safe, when it starts loading in, I can go a little bit more to the right. And there we go. That's how it's supposed to go. You're also in combat a little bit there when you fall back in. So now I'm going to head off to Novaria. That's the first planet I'm doing. It's the first planet I'm doing because it has the fewest requirements for quickly and reliably doing all the stuff that you need to do. Now, the Venezia fight is not super easy, but you don't need tons of abilities to do it quickly. So I'm going to land on Novaria, watch this little cutscene.
Approach control, this is the SSV Norman, requesting a vector... So
you noticed that I fell down to the Normandy from the Citadel. There is a Normandy on every single map in the game. You can get to a lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And kind of a corollary to that means that from the Normandy, if you can escape there and get to somewhere on the planet, you can do that. I didn't get the... So when I was loading in there, I wanted to get my weapon out, but that's fine. I can just go down here, do a quick save, load it, and as I'm loading it, spin my mouse wheel. Now I have my weapon out, kind of. And that means that I can crouch in this corner, go a little bit away, and now I'm going to quick save, load. Now I'm at the top of the Novaria skybox. I'm running down and right because there is an easy way to get where I want to go. And so I'm going to be paying attention to the background. As I get close to the area that you're supposed to be, some visual effects will load in, and you'll see kind of a line of fog-ish going up behind Shepard. When it reaches about midway on Shepard's head, I'm going to switch to holding right, and that should load me in right at the end of the Mako section. This is a relatively recent skip, also found by Lufex, and it cuts out a significant portion of time on Noveria because the Mako section here is not short.
Now it gets fun.
I went a little far over, actually. Am I going to be able to salvage this? Yes, looks like I will. I think, no, I've loaded improperly. That's not usually how that goes. I probably was a little bit late. Because if you're late, then you don't get far enough to the right, to the east, by the compass. But yeah, that's the cue I use, and I knew it felt a little bit late, but I figured it would still be good because I've done it with about that timing, and it has been good in the past. Now I know more precisely, I guess. Starts right about here where you want to start holding right, around where Shepard's neck is. There. Crouch, fall down. And here we are. I'm going to kill the Geth Juggernaut first, because it's the biggest threat. Got to kill all these enemies here. And there is a way to drop right to the tram from here, but you get some stuff. Decryption skill too low, that's right. Now, Krogan often gets knocked down when you do a singularity there, but it didn't happen this time. Also, I accidentally brought... Oh yeah, God, this is why I don't bring Ashley here. Anyway, yeah, I had a brain fart earlier. It used to not matter who you brought to the council. Now it does, but not much. Your squad mates only ever do so much. I quick saved there because sometimes those elevators soft lock you. It's not fun. I've had it happen in a marathon run. Now I'm going to run through this area, and because I'm not going to kill all the Geth, I am not going to have the little cutscene here that introduces the Rachni. Instead, I'm just going to go right up this elevator. And yeah, you have noticed this glitch. There is a fix for it, which we do allow. It's based on newer drivers, if you will, for graphics stuff, and how it interacts with the way this game was programmed back in the day.
Negative contacts, Commander.
And simply put, you just remove a couple lighting fixtures and it looks fine. It used to only happen with AMD graphics or AMD processors, but it happens with all of them now. And I keep it on because I think it's funny. That's all the reason I need. So just kind of using these icons here to run where I want to be, lining myself up to land on the tram because I don't want to repair the Peak 15 stuff. So instead I'm going to do this. Got to go a little more right. And there you can see loading back in. Behind there is the map.
All targets down.
No, don't do that. You got to kind of rub off against here. It's kind of weird how you run out there to actually keep going. When you land on the tram and you're able to fall down by the door, go to Rift Station.
Departing Central Station. Destination, Rift Station.
And at this point, I'm beelining my way to the Venezia fight. There's an out-of-bounds clip you can do to get there, but it's actually slower than going through the restricted area, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to do a quick save here for marathon safety, because for whatever reason, I have once during a marathon, and once during practice, been sent to some sort of a anti-cheat or anti-hack area that just puts you in like a little room out in the middle of nowhere, some sort of anti-piracy thing, I don't know. But then I would have to do that clip again, so just like with the elevator save earlier, I just make a habit of doing a quick save because that's like a half second of time loss for potentially saving a good minute of time falling out of bounds, which is funny a couple times, but if you have to keep doing it, it's not great. So Ventralis can handle himself, I think. Also, I'm not going to be on good terms with any of these corporate mercs here anyway, after what I'm about to do. And yeah, the combat gives you sprint, so that's a nice bonus as well. So I'm just going to run through here, and I am going to hack my way into the restricted area. I'm going to kill a fair amount of stuff through here. Don't need to kill all of them. In fact, if I kill all of them, there's a slight risk of me being slightly overleveled. But I want to kill most of them for XP and drops.
All targets down.
I'm going to run over here, grab this upgrade and technician kit. Take whatever drops I had there. I didn't see a lot of good stuff there. Oh boy. I'm going to go with the armor-piercing rounds because they're good for the late game. And apparently that's all I have. Oops, I did not mean to use that, but that's okay. I'm not going to be using that until after it cools down anyway. I'm going to go here, unlock Advanced Warp and Lift. Find Lift. Okay. I had a moment there. Quick save. In case something goes wrong early in the fight, line my cursor up there so that I can order my squad mates to go over to the other side real quick. And then I'm going to start killing some of these Asari commandos. Hopefully not get thrown out of bounds. Ah! I got thrown. I was trying to hit those explosives there. And usually I'm on the other side, so we'll see how this goes. But I do still have the explosive here. No, I don't. And it didn't let me throw her. Alright. Well, I killed the Asari. That's the most important thing there. Sniper down. Come on, squad mates. That Asari commando is going to be a pain. I want to stay over here. I'm going to have to put over here to help them a little bit, it looks like. Things like this happen during the Peninsula fight. A lot of moving parts, and it's a little bit inconsistent. So at this point, pop my singularity there. Head back, and hopefully... There we go. That could have been worse. Alright. Warp Benezia. Hopefully don't get thrown. I'm kind of weaving back and forth a little bit for that purpose. Got that commando. Good. One more to go. I'm almost dead and my cooldowns aren't in great shape. Alright, now I can be a little more aggressive. That part was slow, but that happens sometimes as well.
No, right. They always said there would be a...
So one of the benefits to the route I'm doing, which doesn't rely on Intimidate at all, is that I could watch the shorter cutscene here and I don't have to choose anything but the default dialogue. The default dialogue spares the Rachni Queen, and that is a shorter cutscene by I think it's about 10 seconds, as I recall. And you also save a small amount of time by being able to just mouse wheel through the dialogue here in a second.
This one.
So yeah, if any of you are like me and prefer sparing the Rachni Queen, there you go. Did I get any more drops? I did get a couple. Good. Not anything that I want to use. I'm still using my basic pistol, which is not ideal for the Thorian fight, but not uncommon really. So I'll deal with it. That's another place where I know I can generally toss a grenade without having it clip through the floor. I'm going to return to the Normandy. And I've mentioned that you can interrupt dialogue and such with the mouse wheel by pulling out your weapon. I'm going to be doing that in a second here. So I'm going to be spinning my mouse wheel as soon as we get to this loading screen and spamming quick save. And then the game nicely buffers a single escape press to get me into the menu, and then I can completely skip that post-planet cutscene. Also, you get that nice little graphical flourish there as you're entering the rest of the Normandy. Now, on my way out here, because there is no go through the Mako section, I am going to be stopping to grab some stuff. For marathon safety, I'm going to be grabbing 3 things on the galaxy map, and this is just so that I am able to afford the Stiletto 4 after the Thorian fight. So I'm going to get 2 more here in the Pharaoh system. You only need 2 if your drops are good. My drops haven't looked that great, but most of what I've got has been higher level, so that I've gotten fewer, but they seem to be higher level, so I'm thinking I'm on track. If you get a lot of 1s or just not a lot of drops in general, then
Message coming
can
in.
be trouble. You always get that little talk from the Son of Dantius there. Okay. And then 1 more over here. And then I'm going to land. I must have had my mouse over zoom out. Which is kind of a silly mistake to make. because I wasn't even using my mouse to click there. So as long as you don't highlight zoom out there, you won't have to worry about the game zooming out for you. Now those things only give XP, so I'm only going to pick the one that tends to annoy me the most when trying to select the galaxy map.
With exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
And I don't want to level up too much while I'm here, because then I could get the Stiletto 5 to spawn in the merchant's inventory instead of the Stiletto 4. Little throw there just to make things safe. As you can see, the Geth don't give too much XP, but they do give some money. I got like 400 credits there, and that is sometimes important. It's about as much as one scan from the galaxy map like I was doing earlier. Unfortunately, I also fatigued myself here, but there's not a whole lot of sprinting you can do here. I'm just going to do it as soon as I possibly can. Now, at this point, I can't even barter with Ladra because everyone's kind of mind-controlled by the Thorian a little bit. So instead of doing all the stuff that you're supposed to do, I'm just going to crouch, save, and drop down here. I'm also going to level up. I want to get Advanced Marksman, Advanced Throw. Another 2 points will go into Assault training. I am going to be leveling up pretty quickly into the fight here and getting Assault training for Adrenaline Rush once I am about to want to use it, because it helps quite a bit in the fight, especially for the sake of consistency and not dying.
All right.
And this is the overall hardest boss fight in the game. There's a lot you have to keep track of, and in order to keep tempo up, you really have to react to everything the game throws at you. There are a lot of Thorian creepers. There are these Asari clones, which you always want to disable and then kill as soon as possible. Toss that one out of bounds. That one's nice and consistent, fortunately. Knocking down creepers does some damage, makes them more vulnerable to damage while they're on the ground, and also prevents them from dealing damage to you. Unfortunately, I am stuck with my starting pistol, which is not ideal. I also have Warp to use on the Thorian nodes to reduce their defense. I'm going to go ahead and use quick Metagel there because it will recharge by the time I'm likely to want to use it again, and that'll keep me safe, hopefully. So each of these Asari clones provide a lot of extra resistance to the Thorian nodes. They also can throw you and disable you, which you never want to have happen. This is unfortunate. She's going to use biotics in a second. She threw Kaden, that's fine. Okay. Alright. And punches don't like to hit them for whatever reason. Getting that. Okay, 2 2s, that's okay. Girl hasn't come back yet, so I'm going to use Lift here. Sorry, clone. Now I'm going to go in and get Adrenaline Burst. I'm also going to put a single point into Vanguard for a little bit of extra damage. I'm going to bind, Singularity, and then use. Singularity is really good for crowd control, and I want to kill a lot of these guys because they do mess with your teammates a lot, and Another singularity there for crowd control. All right. Clone. Good. That's one of the slightly more annoying clones to get. Once again, getting that. Another 2/2s. Okay, I should be good on money. Now, I'm going to get some of these creepers coming up here because this node has a lot of creepers associated with it. A lot of defense from that as a result, so I'm going to kill a few before I warp. It also is convenient because my cooldowns need a little bit more time typically if that last section went well like it did. So there we go, that's good. I don't have my throw left, which is a thing here. You can yeet this clone out of bounds as well. But the important thing is that you kill her. And then this node doesn't have much resistance, but because I have... Oops, not what I meant to use. Yeah, I have not great upgrades in my pistol for this, in addition to having the worst pistol. She didn't come out as quickly as I had hoped. I dodged the biotics. That's good. Let's hit her with that. Heal up. Alright. That could have been worse. I have lift. So I'll delay my adrenaline burst usage a little bit here. Adrenaline burst, adrenaline rush. I always get it mixed up between this and the Elder Scrolls. Kill a few of these creepers. Alright. That was a solid Thorian fight. Not spectacular, but very solid. The big thing there is that I didn't get thrown at all. I could have taken some things a little bit quicker. That's good. Headshots don't matter in this version. They only do in Legendary and in Mass Effect 2 and 3 in the original. So aim for center mass and you'll be less affected by inaccuracy RNG. Because that's actually a big thing here.
Reach out to grasp the threads that bind us, one to another. Every action sends ripples across the galaxy. Every idea must touch another mind to live. Each emotion must mark another's spirit. We are all...
It is possible to interrupt before this, but you end up stuck in the Thorian arena.
Open yourself to the universe, Commander. Embrace eternity.
So we do have to watch this cutscene, unfortunately. If there were a way to zip up to the skybox, it might be possible to skip it, but by then you'd probably spend so much time getting to skip that it wouldn't even matter.
I saw something. It still didn't make any sense.
That's close enough.
Of course. And please remember.
Ah, it didn't work. That's okay. I'm gonna pop in here. Toxic seals. That would have been nice to have before that fight.
I never thought I'd forgive my...
Instead, I'm gonna sell it. Sell everything I have here. Yep, everything. I have 9,700. That's good. That's the stiletto I want. I'm going to go ahead and equip it right away. That is my endgame weapon. I have quite a few grenades here, so I'm going to use another one here. You can shoot right there to enter combat with these Geth who are still here.
Finally, some action.
But I'm going to get the same number of pulses regardless, so I actually want to delay getting that last kill a little bit if I can. And there is a possible post-planet cutscene skip here, but it's really annoyingly difficult, specifically the first bit. You have to spin the wheel as you enter Normandy to be carrying a spin there into that, and then you have to actually do a spin cutscene skip twice. And the timing on the first one is really, really tight, but for whatever reason, you have to do it twice to cancel all the in-game logic that you need to. So now I'm going to be told, hey,
Good timing,
you
Commander.
should talk to the council. So I'm going to go do that. They tell me about this place called Vermeer. I'm not going to go there next. I'm going to grab Liara first, because I want to be a slightly higher level for Vermeer. Now this is a big, long Mako section at the start of this. So if anyone wants to ask any questions, otherwise if our host is back, they can do their thing. I'm going to land down here on Therum and get going. There are 2 skips that I'm going to be doing. One significant, but that's at the end of the Mako section, basically. The other one's just a minor one. It's called Gate Skip. And that is literally just using the jets and the terrain to fly over the first gate.
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn
Basically, for that, you want to be going on an upslope, and then you do an initial burn, and then kind of pulse for the rest of the jet's timer to kind of hang in the air without getting too much downward momentum. I'm also going to try to kill a fair amount of stuff on the way through here. Because I had such terrible drops earlier for equipment, I'm going to be trying to remember to pick up the drops at the end of the planet really quickly. And I'm also going to try to kill things not just for drops, but for XP, because the XP route from here on out is fairly tight. Not super tight, but fairly tight. Wasn't able to quickscope that guy. Oh well. Far from the end of the world. Plenty of other stuff to kill on the way through.
I don't think we can take that strong point head on.
Yeah, I was a bit too far left there for it reliably. I might still be good. Gotta be careful here though, because I don't want to fall in and soft lock. There we go. Made it over. That was slow enough that it probably didn't even save any time. But whatever. Get up at the ramp. So hopefully they'll be able to kill a couple Geth. Activate that gate. Kill Geth. Nah. I don't have enough. I'm not going to do a manual override. That's not worth it. Yeah, they did kill a couple Geth, it looks like. Cool. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to try to knock this guy down. Get past him nicely. There we go. In practice, in the lead up to this event, I actually got stuck with the Colossus in all 4 of its legs, just like perfectly around the Mako, which was absolutely hilarious, but I'm glad it didn't happen here. You have to hit it a bit more straight on for that to happen, though. But coming up relatively soon is the big skip. That is Mako Clip. So there's a little gap that the Mako is not supposed to fit through coming up here in a moment. But the Mako can fit through it, kinda. Thanks to video game physics. So I'm going to be fitting the Mako through that. That is one of the hardest skips in this run. And it is possible to soft lock by getting stuck in this little area. So I'm going to come up here and line myself up reasonably well. Quick save. I got to go backwards a little bit more. It should let me quick save here. There we go. Drop the nose enough? No. Got 2 offline there. Now it's not wanting to let me turn. Okay. So you want the Mako's nose to kind of, you want to go on your side and then the Mako's nose to kind of get bounced down. That's what you need to do for the clip. Come on. The Mako's controls in the PC version, even though I'm good with them, are not good. There we go. Nice and smooth. Would have been nice for it to happen a little sooner, but we're still in there. Now, the Mako does not navigate this area well. So I am tapping buttons, not holding them, because there's a lot of collision here that I'm trying not to have mess with me too much. Like that. And like that thing to my left there is actually a lot, it goes a lot farther out than it looks like. Alright, so another little side effect of entering this area as a Mako, besides it just being faster in general, as long as you're able to make it through there relatively quickly, is that the AI in this fight just does not initialize. So I'm going to go ahead, drive up a little bit. Get a little damage on these guys there. And then just lay into him.
Clear.
And then there are 3 more guys that are going to pop up here. I'm going to want a quick save, so I need to kill those pretty quickly. There we go. Caden, get out of the corner. I need that corner. Thank you. Now I'm at the bottom. This has a couple funny side effects, one of which you're about to see when you get up to Liara. she is a bit more stuck than usual, as you will see. That doesn't happen when you load that area normally, but I did not load that area normally, so she's a little bit displaced vertically. So, in order to get these Geth to spawn, you need to talk to Liara there. In order to use the mining laser, you need to kill those Geth. In order to progress this area, you need to use the mining laser. So that's why I went through all of that. Reasonably quick laser. That is random on PC, fixed on console. I believe it's fixed on in the legendary version as well, but I don't actually recall off the top of my head now that I think about it. Instead of taking the elevator, I'm gonna do our usual thing and just get near a wall and go through.
Now I...
One last fight on this planet, and then I'm going to be going for another cutscene skip. Now, one of the important things about this Krogan here is that it requires advanced level for any of your biotics to work on it, so I'm going to be using, or at least, well, Warp does, but I'm going to be using Throw, and that's enough physics to overwhelm his physic resistance. And if all goes well, this should go pretty quickly. Switch back to my pistol. There we go. That's all of them. Let's grab all that stuff. Not going to equip it yet. I'll do that on Vermeer. So if I miss this cutscene skip, then Liara is going to do a little bit of talking, and you're going to have to see the cutscene of the beacon again, and that's slow, so I don't want to do that. So once again, once loading screen pops up here, spin my scroll wheel and start spamming quick save. And a lot of times you will hear Joker say 2 like that. And now, finally, it's off to Vermeer.
Commander, I'm reading a signal. Must be our Solarian infiltration team.
Check out those defense towers.
Drop the Mako. We'll go in hot and take them out.
I'll get you in underneath their radar, Commander. I know the drill. Meet you at the camp once those towers are offline. Joker out.
This is another Mako section. Most of this one is kind of boring. The one kind of big speed tech you have is where you park your Mako when you open the gates. You park it in the right place, then you can interact with the place where you are able to enter from up top, and that saves a nice little bit of running. Otherwise, again, just killing some Gethalon here for drops and XP. Okay, ignore this Colossus, but I might be able to kill the one after it. Go. Went a little out of my way to do that. But I swung wide left a little bit, somewhat intentionally there, actually, because there is an annoyingly close death trigger if you get up on the rocks to your right a little bit wrong. Ah, they did kill the last Geth. Oh well.
I think we got it. The ring that the grid is down, Commander. I want to approach the Solarian base now.
Not a huge deal. Much more importantly, I'm able to get into the Mako there. The big thing there, you gotta kind of go more sideways, more perpendicular to the wall, if you want to make that. Otherwise, you kind of got to know where the thing is. So I did take that a little bit safe because it is possible that the destroyers could kill you. It's really rare. Hasn't happened to me in a long, long time. But I do not want to have to do this whole Mako section again. Especially when I'm looking at probably running up fairly close to my estimate. After those couple failed and or slow skips earlier. And also the somewhat subpar Benezia fight. That cost me a bit of time as well.
That must be the Solarian camp.
So what are we supposed to do now?
Stay put until we can come up with a plan.
So?
No, I just got a bad feeling about this place.
Alright. Had him take Ashley. That decides that Caden gets saved. I'm gonna bring him to the final boss fight, I think.
I share your concerns. We are trained.
Doesn't really matter who I bring for this section because what little combat there is very quick.
Comchat, and Commander, if you see any way to undermine their defenses, we could definitely struggle. Shadow is on the ground. Repeat, Shadow is on the ground. Chief Williams, we need your team. Manovai,
Basic idea is I want more tech abilities in my team for the final boss.
Damn it, we have to move. Anyone left for Manovai, merge up with Jayato. Chief Williams, with me. Calling SAT strikes. There are no watching comm stations. Williams, can you see anything?
Not shooting the satellite there, I'm just trying to get that guy to aggro right away. Bad accuracy RNG trying to hit that explosive by the Krogan.
We're getting pounded. Bunker up before the aircraft return.
Yeah, pretty much just running through this section.
Holding ground. JL2 around me. Shadow team must be getting close.
Didn't want to get fatigued there, but oh well. It's not a big deal. Really poorly placed selection box there. But I know where to aim. Also helps if you kind of give it a bit of a hug.
Hello? Is someone out there?
Krogan reinforcements. JL2, hold your ground. Damn it, we're being flanked.
Now down here, there's an annoying little, very minor skip. I'm gonna kill those two quickly, kill that husk quickly, and if all goes well, that door will turn green. It did not. So now I'm gonna have to kill these husks instead. I'm not sure exactly what it is in the scripting that makes that happen or not happen. If, like I'm somewhat considering, I end up making a tutorial, I'm going to have to investigate that a little bit more in detail. Oh, what? Really? I went too far over there. So yeah, instead of getting through the plot stuff there, I'm going to be skipping past the bridge, because even though it's not there, it's solid, clearly. That's how bridges work. Are solid. That skips a quite long sequence of cutscenes and dialogue. That looks more dangerous than it is, but I'll heal anyway. Really? That one didn't die? Okay.
Nice work that time. We've got the other one in our sights. Perimeter clear.
So there is a skip coming up that I'm going to be doing with Singularity. One of the alternate ways to do it is to use Liara, but you don't have to. I'm going to be using Shepherd to cast the Singularity instead, because if you don't do Intimidate, there are just enough points in the route to get everything that you really need. It does make the final boss a little bit trickier, but not a whole lot.
Commander, I'm bringing us in. I'll get as close to the site as I can.
Bomb is in.
So we're going to be coming back to the bomb in a second here. I'm going to be maxing out my pistols. I'm going to be... I am having a horrible brain fart. I'm just going to keep my pistols maxed. I'll go with the heatsink. Hell yeah. That's awesome. That's exactly the kind of thing I was looking for. A good other pistol upgrade. If you don't kill all those enemies, then you can't do the skip that I'm about to do up here. Yeah, heading back to the bomb, so that's why it was important that I sent Kaden over there. It's always the left option there, which is kind of annoying. But going through here, not only is it faster, it messes up the enemy's AI again as well.
Perimeter clear.
Commander, set that nuke and get out. We can't hold them. Damn it. Suppressing fire. Cover your flank.
Yeah, it was literally just Singularity that I was supposed to max out there. And the rest, oops. The rest goes in left.
Of course.
Nice easy fight there. If he goes under, above one of those tanks, you can explode it on him. He didn't do it there, but he stayed close, which also means that I have to deal with less RNG with my accuracy, so bit of a trade-off there, not a big deal. And then, of course, one more cutscene skip coming up here.
I forwarded the mission.
Alright, back to the Citadel. There's a little skip you can do here to skip this little dialogue with Udita. It saves a few seconds, especially if you remove the loads. But I've soft-locked the game doing that, so
Good job.
for marathon safety, not doing it.
It's just politics, Commander. You've done your job, now let me do mine. We've locked out all the Normandy's primary systems until further notice you're grounded.
Nobody. Equalizing.
So you might think, oh, you want to ride some elevators, talk to Anderson, do all that.
The commanding officer is assured.
Nah.
Exo Presley has the
So this is actually pretty much on the line of the skip that I did when I was first here. I think I crouched there. I'll find out in a sec. Yep, I did. Good. I had a good read on where I thought I was, unfortunately. So I'm going to want to go a little bit right here. About that far. That was too far. Okay, then. There we go. That skip is annoying. It's just annoying. Because there is no perfect cue or setup for exactly where you're going to fall. It's always going to be ever so slightly off.
Commander,
Now we're on to Ilos. It's the last planet of the game. And there's a reason I have Master Singularity. And a few points in left right now. Some of you may be familiar with this skip, but the basic gist of it is it skips a little bit of running around on the planet. There is a way to massively shorten the Mako section if you use the Mako glitch, which includes actually skipping right past the door at the beginning. But again, that requires the Mako glitch, so not happening. Bring my tech users. Let's head to the end game.
You two, keep moving inside now.
We have.
Back up the Mako just to get a little bit closer later. Ow. They got aggro. This could be tricky. Ow! What are you doing, team? Caden threw away the thing I was using. That's a new one for me. All right. The armatures shouldn't be aggroed this time.
That's it. Bag him attack.
Safety save. Lift this guy up, crouch, and get him. Now that I'm on top of these boxes, better stay on top of this. The game does not move you with it. Oh, come on. Okay, this time I got both. It'll be easier this time. Another little safety save here because there is a possibility of soft locking here, but I have an angle set up that makes it rarely happen. Now I've got to kill all these Geth here. And now I can use the security panel.
Hold on.
Cannot be stopped.
Now, grenades like to disappear here. But that's fairly consistent if you toss it on that thing. Appears to have more solidity than the floor. And now I'm able to head into the Mako portion. There's going to be a long section there where there just isn't too much to do, but listen to your party members talk. You talk with Vigil, then you go through the trench run, and then you get to see the gloriousness that is the conduit with this glitch. There we go. Now they're active. I want them active for that so I can sprint here.
Saren would have set some kind of trap or ambush for us. They must have been in too much of a hurry.
Or we just haven't run into it yet.
I am also going to try to ragdoll one of the visually glitched Geth here in a moment. That wasn't a great ragdoll. Oh well.
The Protheans probably tried to keep themselves alive through cryogenic freezing. Something must have gone wrong, though. This bunker became their tomb. The pods are dead. And so is anyone inside.
All of them?
There we go. There's a little bit of that ragdolling.
What was Saren expecting to find them? There's nothing left but corpses.
What's happening?
It's a trap! Saren must have set an ambush.
I don't think Saren's behind this.
This elevator is also affected by the glitch. So it is very dark.
If this were simply an automated trap, Saren would have triggered it. What do you think this is?
I don't know. I just hope that whatever's down here is friendly. We've got enough enemies.
You are not...
It's tragic. For all their great achievements, the Protheans lost everything, just like my people. Even their last plan failed.
Not entirely. They've given us a weapon. They've given us a chance. If we can just get there in time.
Alright, one more really good chance at seeing some good glitchy ragdolling here. That was okay. Not amazing. There are some other places where you can get some good ragdolling here, but it doesn't tend to happen as often. But sometimes they just kind of like fly across the screen, and it's great. Those little black boxes following them. Oh, that one was good. There. One more good one. And here's the conduit coming right up. I'm gonna use my boost here to get a little farther on.
There,
And the game would normally stop you.
incredible.
We don't have time to admire the view. We have to get through.
And we can't admire the view yet. Don't worry, you'll get to see it in a little bit where it's not blocked by the Makos behind.
Activate the defenses. Seal the station. The arms aren't moving. Systems not responding.
Abandon the Citadel! Evacuate the Council!
Citadel Control. Citadel Control. Do you copy?
Dun dun dun. There it is. There's the conduit. Might have been able to kill a second Colossus there if I really wanted to, but I don't care. Instead, high 13. That's not bad.
Critical failures detected across all monitored systems. Please begin emergency evacuation.
And bye-bye, Mako. You will not be missed. Much, at least. As you can see, I can still examine these dragon's teeth, because I never did on Eden Prime. And it may not look like it, but there's a corner right here. So I'm able to use that to pop out of bounds. And right over here. And this is rather dark, so I'm gonna make sure I got it right there. I'm gonna load into the section here. You're able to fall off of that bit of collision nicely. I just got to make it past the turrets. Man, having a heatsink 3 is really nice here, I gotta admit. Look at how slow that goes up. In a sense, it's not as great as damage, but it'll be really nice for the final boss because I won't have to modulate my attacks as much. I'll just be able to hold down the button and get nice, consistent DPS. So coming up here, you can convince Saren that he has been indoctrinated by Reapers, in which case he takes his own life rather than actually helping them anymore. I do not have that option with the route I'm doing, so I am actually going to have to fight him here. So the way this fight is going to go is, after a little bit, he's going to throw a tech mine. I do not want to get hit by that tech mine because it will overheat my my weapon and not allow me to use any powers for a bit. That's not good. So I'm going to do a little bit of movement optimization to attempt and deal with that.
You should have joined
forward.
You had the chance.
There it was. Kind of floating there if you have... Oh, I was too close. I was just barely too close. I'm actually going to load this autosave, which is right at the start of this fight.
You should have joined Sovereign when you had the chance.
Oh, I got the forward to have a chance of avoiding it. Yeah. Ah, that was unfortunate. Come on.
You should have joined Sovereign when you had the chance.
Okay. I'm gonna warp him. There we go. The unfortunate thing about that fight is that it's hard to tell exactly when he uses that tech mine. There's no great animation for it on him, so you just kind of have to have a feel for it and then look out for it popping up near you or kind of next to you. And it does have a kind of annoyingly wide radius, as you saw there. Alright, I'm going to give myself Master Lift, an Advanced Lift, of course, for the final boss. And are we saving or killing the Council? I didn't think I'd have to have this up myself. Where do I check that? I literally do not know where to look if I'm not an admin for the thing here. I don't know. I'm going to go with the faster cutscene. I'm sorry if saving the cutscene, saving the Council didn't win. I just don't know which I'm supposed to do.
Alliance ships, move in. Save the Destiny Ascension.
It was kill. You know what? No, I don't have an autosave right there. The autosave is before the fight.
We're picking up reinforcements. It's the Alliance. Thank the goddess.
Yeah, sorry, I'm already going a little bit over estimate. I had to do something. Really sorry about that, guys.
Destiny Ascension, you are all clear. Repeat, you are all clear. The Citadel's opening.
I still think we're fairly close to on schedule, so I can switch over to a practice save and shown it. Okay. All right, yeah. I'll show you killing the Council after I finish the run. How's that? And we'll pretend it's what happened.
He's dead.
Alright, final boss. Strategy. Keep him in the air, warp, pump through full of as many bullets as you can. That's phase 1. Phase 2, rinse and repeat, but add an adrenaline rush so you can get an extra lift in there. Time is on the final hit of the second phase. It always starts you facing the wrong way, which is extra nice. Alright, there's phase 1. Now hopefully I'll be able to one-cycle him before he ends up going all around. I should have the equipment and abilities for my party members to be able to do that, but we'll see.
Sovereign's too strong! We have to pull back! Negative. This is our only chance. Take that monster down no matter what the cost.
I didn't realize that a couple of my cooldowns weren't fully set, so anyway, time. So, if you remove loads, I'm underestimate. I had my timer going there. Ended up with a 139.31 without loads. Not a great time, but it's whatever. So, after this cutscene finishes, I'll restart the game, and then I'll show you the council kill cutscene, and then if I have to do a little more stuff, I can. Okay, yeah, need stalling. All right, I will stall until you don't need me to stall anymore, I guess, or at least for a little bit. I can show you some of the Mako glitch shenanigans as kind of a little bit of a bonus thing. I'm not super in practice with them, but it's really silly and full of shenanigans.
Go!
Captain Anderson, we found them. They're in here.
Take it easy. It's over. You're safe now. Where's the commander?
Who knows? Did Shepard die? Nope. And that is Mass Effect. I'm gonna X out of it and relaunch real quick. Show you the cutscene that you paid for. Those of you who donated. And maybe some Mako shenanigans. We'll see how much time they want to give me. I won't try to belabor it too much. But if they need me for a while, you'll get to see why this is so inconsistent. I'm sure. Alright, so I'm going to switch over to Practice Shepherd here and load the last save.
Quick!
Default option.
All Alliance ships, hold formation.
We don't save the console.
Wait for a shot at Sovereign. Nothing else matters. I repeat, nothing else matters.
This cutscene is, I believe, something like 17 seconds slower.
Commander, we're picking up reinforcements. It's the Alliance. Open a comm channel. This is the Ascension. We're taking heavy damage. Guardian defenses are over. Kinetic barriers are offline.
Commander, they closed the channel.
Make sure he's dead.
Yeah, thinking about that fight I had where my cooldowns weren't ready, it's because the first phase went so quickly, having a Heatsink 3 and the Shredder, or not Shredder, but
He's dead.
the rounds that are good against synthetics. So there, we killed the council, like we were supposed to. I'm going to show you some Mako Glitch shenanigans. I'm actually going to switch here. Where is it? MG Practice Shepherd. Can you guess what this is for? Alright, I'm going to go to Therum first. I think this is a Therum save I want. Or is this the one that is already out of bounds? This is the one that is already out of bounds. So that's over in the background is where you start, for context. And they're very tall, out of bounds. This is the one I want. Very tall, out of bounds areas. This is a funny thing you can do. Saves a grenade. Now I'm going to drive forward really quickly here, hopefully line myself upright before my party members regen too much health. Caden dropped. Okay, that's good. Alright, I'm trying to go up right now. And what I did to trigger this was to literally just get in the Mako as soon as a party member revived. And for whatever reason, that messes with the physics hilariously. I'm gonna go up a little bit more and see if I can save this from up here. That was facing the wrong way. Okay, I gotta try now anyway because I don't have any Omni Gel. Okay. Hopefully, this put me out of bounds. I don't think it did. Nope, it did not. You can see I'm going up against that invisible wall. So, with that, that's next to impossible to control. You have to end up, A, with enough height to get over the invisible wall, and B, either get over it and save on the other side, or have yourself saved so that the Mako is positioned in a way that the jets will carry you over it. But the result is that instead of having to do the whole theorem section, you can end up somewhere like this. And then you can drive out of bounds all the way past the area where you do the Mako flip even. Now let's see. Yep, there's the little box. That's the anti-piracy box that you can see there on the right side of the screen, just kind of sitting out of bounds. It doesn't always load in visually. You run around out of bounds here. Get to right over this ridge. I think now it's a little farther. It's another ridge that looks like that. Yeah, I think it's right here. Pretty close. No, I'm forgetting exactly how far this drive is. Can you tell I wasn't practicing this category? Yeah, it's right here. Over this next one. Yeah, that loaded in. So that over there is the entrance to the whole area. That down there is the area, the elevator shaft behind Liara. And you have to get over there from here, which means a little bit of a jump, which I didn't realize that ended there. So anyway, I'm falling into the void right now because I messed it up. Well, what you have to do is you have to do a little jump over there, and then you either go right into the area there, or you do a save where you can clip into the area that you enter the mine, like I did this run, completely skipping the Mako clip. You actually end up in the beginning of the mine shaft where you're running down after you fight the Geth. You clip in after getting out of the Mako. And that saves, assuming it all goes well, like a couple minutes. It's quite significant. On Noveria, there is another clip. Is this before the clip or after the clip? This is right after the clip. Okay. So the basic idea is you clip from here to up here, drive around here, out of bounds, and then you're able to get up onto this section. And you might be wondering, yeah, you have to do most of the Mako drive. Is this really faster? I'm pretty sure it is because of this part coming up here, which hopefully I'll be able to get right. Okay. So I'm going to angle myself. And land probably about there, I think. It says Normandy Command Deck, and if all goes well, I should load in right on the tram. So this is, thinking, yeah.
That's the last of them.
So you just head, I'm on the wrong side. I don't think that's a big deal. I think you can get over there from here pretty easily. I think it's the same thing, just in reverse. But yeah, that skips the whole long fall. Okay, yeah, it doesn't work if you do that. But that's the Novaria skip. I showed you the Therum one. On Ilos, let's see. First one, I'm probably going to mess this up. Again, let me know when you want me to stop going for time. This is the first one. You go kind of right up against there. You have your squad mates out. Oh, I don't have... I know what I'm doing wrong there. All right, that's... So one thing you actually do a few times in this run is you change the difficulty. So gameplay, I'm going to throw it all the way up to hardcore. Get the squad there. Usually you want it to only take 3, but it doesn't matter since I have these saves. I'm not actually doing a run. Wait for it. And then... I didn't quite get the angle right, but what you want to have happen... There we go. So, okay, if I had been really quick when I popped through there, I would have ended up in a good position on the other side of the door to quick save, load. Here, I'm probably not in a good position. No, I am not. Oh, God. Sorry about those visuals there. The next part is even harder by quite a lot. The only one of these that's even remotely easy is the first one on Novaria to get out of bounds. So I have the Mako positioned here. This is kind of right between these two little things in this spot, but not entirely in there. Now I'm going to have my squad head over there. All right. That's good. Okay. Up here, aim about there. Did I get out? No, I did not. So, once you get out of bounds, you have to go out and away from this area, then up, then back over on top of this area. You load right back in. I'm gonna try this one more time to see if I can actually at least show you the clip out of bounds and what it looks like out there. Okay, so Rod, I tell you what, just let me know what you want me to do, because I have probably another 2-3 minutes of stuff that I can show. Well, a little more than that, but beyond that, it would start getting, I think, a bit too uncomfortable. But let me know what you think. Just keep me in the loop, and I'll... Heck, I can even probably set up another run that I could do if you really want me to. Alright. I got out of bounds, and then it clipped back in. That is a common occurrence. Now I'm back out. Good. Alright. Going up really high, really quickly. That can be a good thing or a bad thing. I'm out. That's good. I'm back in. It's not what I want. Repairing, because I don't want to die. Now, I'm trying to get high enough. I'm almost there. Almost there. Need more height. Okay. Now let's get back over. Think I might be able to get it on the boost. Loading. Nailed it! Oh my god, I nailed it. Alright, I'm gonna repair here, just because. That is almost as cleanly as I've ever done that. Wow. You got lucky, everyone. So now I'm going to head this way. Oh, I went the wrong way, didn't I? I did go the wrong way. Yeah, you go south. That was dumb. Again, I have not been practicing this category. So you end up going out of bounds through a long sequence. And you end up right here. It's not quite as it's a little bit faster than the normal trench run and all that. You don't have to stop for vigil, so it definitely saves time there. Then let's see if I can get this right. Nope. You clip back in bounds and drive over to the conduit, and you're done. But yeah, that's about it. I'm going to let them throw this over to intermission. Thank you for having me. Hopefully you enjoyed the bonus content. Hopefully internet issues stop being a thing. We'll try to figure out what we want to do from here. And yeah, see you all around. Choice matters.
Dude, get this. Mega Man X and Mario Kart put together, shablam. What the hell are you talking about, mate? Just imagining it, man. It would be the perfect racing game. The perfect racing game. No way. Not a way at all. Gee, it was just an idea.